Hello everyone, welcome to the RuneScape content showcase for January. I am Montroni, being joined by Mod Deg. We were going to have Mod Osborne here as well, but he's not here. We don't know where he is, unfortunately, so we're going to have to make do. So feel free to call out Mod Osborne for not being here and let him know how upset you are.
It's fine. It gives us an excuse to get cozier.
Oh my goodness. All right, so we've got a lot to go through. There are, I think, 8 different sections here to go through, but we're going to kick it off first of all with the mining and smithing rework. So obviously the last time we saw this, we were on stream, of course, with you and Mod Jack. Went through the sections and everything else. It was obviously very intense. The amount of stuff was in there, great fun.
Yeah, we went for a lot.
Where have you guys been since then?
Since then we've been... it's been a lot of polish, it's been a lot of finishing, implementation of stuff. So when we showed it in the last live stream, we only had like plate bodies and swords re-implemented, and we've expanded that. We've got that through to every single item. We've given them a couple of differentiations. We've polished up a lot of the interactions, and we're preparing for the beta, which I am excited to announce.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, go on. The camera with a red light on it.
I'm excited to announce to you, camera, is going to be on the week of the 12th of February.
Okay.
The exact day in that week, we'll let you know nearer the time.
Nice.
But it's coming. We promised it would be coming in the new year, and we're going to deliver on that around about the 12th of February. So that's going to be available for 2 weeks. That's going to be available for everyone, even if you're free to play.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yep.
It will be a members world, so if you're free to play, you'll be treated as a member.
But
so
obviously you don't have the live benefits as such. Yep.
You can't go in and see the differences.
Cool.
There won't be any bosses on that world, so most of you are no longer interested. It's going to be exclusively for checking out mining and smithing, and we're really interested in seeing the feedback on that.
So is it still based on the idea you guys talked about before, which is just a test square and then allowing them to essentially try everything out, or is it going to be open world as such?
It's going to be a lot like what we showed before.
Sure.
So from the previous live stream, we showed off a small test square that's very, very functional. It looks a little bit different now, but not substantially. It's just going to be an area with mining rock set up with some things that you can go and talk to that will give you pickaxes of different levels that will set your levels up and down, so you can really test it and see like how does my mining level affect how fast I mine things. I can set myself to 1, I can set myself to 99, and I can immediately test the differences out without having to like completely re-level a brand new account. It will also, it's going to be worth mentioning, it will be a blank account, as it were. It's not going to be a copy of your live save. So when you log in,
everything's level 1, etc.
Yeah.
Yep.
But as I said, you're going to be able to. There will be things in there to help set yourself up. So if you're not interested in actually testing out mining, but you want to see new smithing, there's going to be a character there who will give you a bunch of free bars, so you can just smith away and try that out.
It's the term
and obviously, that's beta only. Don't get too excited. That's not going to your real account.
Is the term helpers, I think, applicable for this scenario? I think that's it, because we call them helpers, right? But I think this also works in this scenario as well.
Yes.
So when it comes to the beta, how can players give us the best feedback possible? Like, what's the best way for them to do so?
Well, it's going to be the usual channels. So on the forums on Reddit, we'll set up a mega thread and say, here's the details of the beta. Reply to this, give your feedback. But of course, if anyone wants to make their own threads or wants to send us posts on Twitter and things like that, like everyone will. There's always someone who wants to do that, especially if they've got a very long thing, and we'll make sure to see that. But probably the best place, especially if you've got smaller comments, will be find big thread, reply to big thread. We'll see it.
Just give me an idea. I might make you a subsection on the forums specifically for it. That way it's all in one place, so you don't have to go searching.
That would be very exciting.
That might be, okay, we'll do that as well. That'd be nice. Just to clarify, will the bug reporting inside the beta worlds be exclusive for that? So will we get beta-specific bug reports which will help us?
That is an excellent question, and I do not know the answer for sure. I
double check.
think they are separated.
Yeah, because I believe it's what we used, because obviously when Dimensions Damned was out, we had those worlds, so I think it's the same in that regard. So definitely double check, because obviously we want to make sure that we have every way we can. But apart from that, to kind of, before we finish off, get ready to go on the computers, because we've got so much to go through, in regards to mining and smithing, the rework, can you kind of summarize what the intention is with it and what players can expect with it?
The sort of core idea, the very smallest version is, isn't it very weird that at 99 I unlock the ability to make a level 50 thing? There's other stuff such as skilling should be profitable, not just combat. So we've basically made those things, we've resolved those things. So now we've added in new tiers of ores and bars and things that you can smith, so it goes up to a much higher level, so it's much more appropriate. At 90, I now unlock something that is relevant to my level, assuming my combat level is about the same. Mm-hmm. We've slowed down how long it takes to smith like the best stuff, so we've added in the ability to upgrade a sword to like a +1 sword and a +2 sword. It might be called something different when we get to live.
Yeah,
that's another important thing about the beta, is like everything there is subject to change, and some of it is placeholder. So if stuff looks like it has weird names, or if stuff is literally a big pink cube, it's not real. So yes, you can make an upgraded sword, and it's quite a slow process, which means actually smithing is a big time investment. So you have to make the decision of, yes, my character is a smith. That's how I want to make my money. I don't want to go out and do combat, and I want to sell that on to other people. Obviously, if you're smithing just to get XP, there's going to be other methods that are less time-consuming and it might be more palatable to you. So like we're sort of giving more sort of types of gameplay for different types of player.
Yeah.
I think that summarizes it.
And obviously, just to clarify as well, correct me if I'm wrong, but obviously you can decide if you want to train the skill a bit more intensely, which is more XP.
Yes, absolutely.
High XP. Or
for both mining and smithing, we've added both the ability to do it less intensely than you currently do, and the ability to do it much more. Smithing in particular, like there's going to be like there's now a heat mechanic where if you want, you can keep heating a piece of equipment up, and that increases the speed at which you smith it. Mm-hmm. But you can just leave it, and you'll keep making progress, but like as the heat ticks down, it slows you down a bit. And mining is similar, so like the sort of, you know how in a Seren stone you click it and you just keep going until the Seren stone is completely depleted. Mm-hmm. We've brought something akin to that into all of mining, so now, I mean, you can see this if you go to the previous live stream. You'll keep mining for a while, and then your character will get tired. But how long that takes increases as your agility. Sorry,
you had to say
trying to make sure.
Yeah.
How long it takes increases as your agility level increases. So like there's sort of other skills tying into it, and it sort of makes it a bit less intense if you want to, but there's also mechanics that reward you for consistently paying attention, looking at things in your environment, and also sort of just clicking a bit consistently. There's a lot of stuff, so we're really excited for you to check out in the beta when it comes on the 12th of February for 2 weeks. And also, like, this is stuff that we showed.
Week commencing 12th.
Week commencing.
Just to clarify.
I was so
excited.
In the lead up to this live stream, in my head, I'm like, okay, say week commencing, say week commencing, say week commencing, and I've.
But yeah, like stuff. So people in the chat asking questions such as how does this work, how does everything else work, etc. A lot of this we went through in the previous live streams, and while we could do that, we had that stream when it happened, and obviously there's quite a lot we want to get through here because there's some really cool stuff. But
in the chat.
JD's going to link it in the chat, the past stream. If you want to watch that back after the stream, you can do so there. But apart from that, Dave, thank you so much.
I thought of just a couple of other caveats. Sorry to slow you down. Just to clarify that the beta is for the core of the skills. It hasn't got all the other stuff in it.
Yes.
So like Artisan's Workshop probably needs some changes, and those haven't happened in the beta. Familiars and auras and just a whole bunch of stuff needs to be completely rethought, and they won't be accessible in the beta. That doesn't mean they're getting removed. That means that they've got stuff that needs to be done to them that we're going to be doing in the coming months. If we'd waited to do all that, then the beta wouldn't be happening anywhere near this soon. Yeah. And we want your feedback on how the core of mining and smithing feels as soon as possible, because then we can make changes if we need to.
Awesome, and it's safe to say as well, you know, after that beta is over, I think you know, we will obviously maybe have a chat on stream about how it went and stuff, but you know, Absolutely. We'll get to that when it comes. But yes, thank you so much, Deg. And now we're going to get ready to throw it over to Mod Days, because the first one we're going to be talking about on this showcase is Clue Scrolls. So I'm going to come join him in just a moment. Let's do this.
Cool. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Treasure Trails update. So last showcase, we showed off a load of concept art for new rewards. And this time around, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be showing off the models actually in game. So we're getting close to release now. So if you've never watched any of the live streams before, this is the new Clue Scroll Hub, which is just located just south of the Grand Exchange. There's an NPC here, Zyda, who you'll be able to talk to. She has all the information about Clue Scrolls. If you've never done one before, she just has a load of information like where to go, like just general advice. On launch, if you talk to her, you'll get a clue scroll given to you relevant to your level. So that scales from easy to elite. And if you are a Premier Club member, you'll get a free master clue as well on release.
Is that got a time frame?
You can claim that in the first 2 weeks after clue scroll release. So yeah, like a master clue straight off the bat, so you can just get straight into the update and start going at it.
Nice.
So if you don't have Premier Club yet, now's like a brilliant time to buy it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to show off some of the rewards. So the first one is the Robin Hood outfit. So we've got the hat and the ranger boots already in game. So this was all about just finishing off this outfit. So what you can see now is you've got the torso and the legs, and it just looks really nice. And we've tweaked the textures on the boot and the hats, so they just look a little bit more polished.
Can you turn, I think the graphics are on medium. Should we bump it up to ultra? We might have a little bit of an FPS drop, but that's fine. Yeah, let's bump it up to, let's get it up a little bit.
Let's do high.
There you go.
So there we go.
Sorry, I thought I could tell a little bit medium. There you go.
Yeah, so that's that. And one of the rewards from Master is going to be an upgrade kit to Robin Hood, because obviously a lot of us, level 40 gear isn't that relevant to us anymore, so the upgrade kit is going to boost it up to tier 82, which will look like this. Did I click that one? No, I didn't. So yeah, it's got like a really nice gold trim to it, and it looks really good, like in my opinion. As well, we've also upgraded Robin Hood in Port Phasmatis, however you pronounce it.
Phasmatis,
yeah. And he's got the elite kit on as well, so he looks nice and polished as well. So that's that one. Yeah, so tier 82, it can be augmented, all that good stuff. So hopefully that'll be like decent for like a lot of you guys. What's Treasure Trails without some cosmetics? So the first one we're going to show off is the tuxedo.
Have shown concepts of this as well.
We have shown concepts, like really love it. Let's take the hat off.
Missing the hat, yeah. There you go.
Let's move over here as well. So yeah, like you've got like this really nice tuxedo. There you go, just have a little slow zoom around. Got your cravat as well. And we can also mod hacks here.
Oh, you're about to do change the...
What you can do is, we've also made it so you can wear it as a male or a female character. So again, like that's what it looks like as a female character. Moving on from the tuxedo, we also have an evening wear outfit. So what we have here is we've got this one. So you've got your dress and you've got like a masquerade mask as well. Yeah, it looks really nice. There you go. I think you can sheath it as well. Yeah, so you can sheath it and put it by your side, or you can wear it to cover your face. So that's nice. And again, we didn't want men to feel left out. So you know what? They can wear this too. Oh, nice hairdo there. Look at that.
Oh, there you go.
That's beautiful. That's what yeah, there you go. I'll take the mask off so you can see it a bit better. But there we are. So yeah, look at all those muscles on the back. Beautiful. What else have we done? We've just upgraded some kits. So like like the old favourites from Clue Scrolls. So we've got. I don't like my hairstyle. I can't deal with it. So I'm going to put my gilded boater on.
Gilded boa. Okay.
Yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice 2 gold rings, and then we've also got the Gilded Cavalier, which
Nice.
Mod Ryan is very excited about. It's one of his most favourite items. Beautiful. Silly items. We
got silly items as well. Of course we got silly items.
We need nice silly items.
Yes.
So I gave a clue on Reddit, I believe, the other day. Someone was like, give us a clue of a reward, and I said, Clip Clop. And so what we've got is we've got a hobby unicorn. So there we go.
Okay. Oh, good grief.
Oh, look at that. No.
Wow, I never thought I'd hear the noise of mod days doing the noise. Oh, good
It's got
grief.
like a nice little custom walk. It looks beautiful in this dress as well, doesn't it? I'm really enjoying that. And then we've got to run when you've got to go.
Oh man! So I personally I love how we have got like some goofy cosmetics in there as well, because it's always nice having your dyes and stuff, your really big drops. So it's nice having
exactly. Yeah, it also comes in a black and a white edition. So there we go. So that's that.
Cool.
It's the walk though. It's the walk that gets me. Look at that. This is going to be millions on launch. I can see it now. Yeah. What next? Okay, so we're going to show off like one of the clue scrolls that we've done today. So with Masters here, like it's going to come with like new challenges. So me and Mod Kieran, who works on Old School, he did the Old School clue update. We were talking about like different things that we could do. And one of the things he suggested was like a combination of like Follow the Bard and the Sherlock clues. Oh, yeah. So what we've done is we've crushed them together, and we've basically got these skill riddle challenges. And what you're going to have to do with these is it's going to give you a riddle that's going to point to a skilling activity in game that you then have to complete to progress the clue. So we're going to show one off today and see if like players can figure it out. So it is, when I encountered this individual, she had more rings than any I'd ever seen before.
So to complete the action, they have to do the specific skill that relates to?
Yeah, so this relates to a skilling action in game.
Let's see what everyone says then.
But yeah, basically...
Zezma doesn't know how to skill, that's what he says.
That's a shame, isn't it?
All right, let's see what people say. We'll obviously wait for the chat to catch up a little bit.
Someone got close there.
Woodcutting, thieving, crafting, smithing, crafting.
It's not crafting.
It's not crafting. Someone said summoning.
Oh, someone's got it. There we go. I lost the name. This refers to elder trees for woodcutting. So she had more rings than any I'd seen before. Rings of a tree. It's an elder tree, so it's the oldest tree around. Most rings, there you go.
I wouldn't have got that.
So chop an elder tree.
I wouldn't have got that. Honestly,
I mean, it's Master Tier. They're meant to be difficult, so you can expect like a range of clues like this.
Do you know how many, out of curiosity?
I believe there are 23 or 27 of the skill challenges.
Okay.
So there's like quite a broad range. We've also got your old favourites of Master Tier, so we've got anagrams and emote clues. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, so like hopefully like this adds like a nice bit of challenge. Hopefully it gets the community talking as they try and solve it. There's some new puzzles as well that are particularly challenging. One I can't actually do. I have to get Modcup to do it on my account.
Are we? I assume we're not going near them for now.
We're not going to show them today, but like because we want them to be a surprise for release day. But yeah, that's that. And before I go, I want to like show off. Sorry, I'm just going to unequip that. I want to show off like one more reward, which is a particular favourite of a member of our team, Mod Orator. And that is
that name. No offence to him, that name is horrible to pronounce sometimes.
I know. And this is the Pack-Yak mask.
The Pack-Yak mask.
Look at that.
Oh jeez.
There we go.
Oh boy. Actually, while we're here, are we able to show the log at all? Because I can see the log in the inventory, actually.
Yes, we can show you log. So what we've got here is we've got all the clues. So we've got medium, hard, elite, master. And
they now have updated icons.
They have one. This one needs replacing, which is the Flaming Sword token, which we've shown off. We showed that off at RuneFest. There's some other extra things here that you might be able to see, some glasses.
Oh, he's passing over them for you guys.
I know, I'm not going to show all of them, but like, there's a few things in there that'd be quite nice. At the moment, I've just seen a question. At the moment, there isn't a title for completing them due to like the sheer amount of RNG that would be involved. Like,
it'd be pretty amazing to see it though.
Like thoroughly, you'd need like a piece of third age. Like even if we made it like nice, like AOD is, we'd still need you to get like a die and a bit of third age.
Oh, so one third age counts for all of them.
Yeah. It'd be nice to get like community feedback whether they want titles or not.
Oh, you did not. What do you think they're going to say if you want titles?
I mean,
I will wait to see what the chat says. Let's see if they prove me right here. Obviously, someone spotted the die in the backpack as well. Do we want to talk about that at all?
Okay, so yeah, like I forgot about that actually. Good point.
Told you.
Oh, no, yes, and no, it's split. Look at that.
It's not split. Are you serious?
Like, I'm being selective with my life.
All right. So a couple of prefaces to know here. I assume there's some disclaimers we want to put before we do this, right?
Yeah. So this is work in progress, but it'd be nice to show off and like just get your feedback on what it looks like. Yeah, but like this is the iced out items currently.
So each model has a different set of armor and obviously different weapons. So obviously we can see stuff like the ZGS, the SOS, the Staff Sliske. We got the Dry Gourd, the Scythe. It looks the weapons. I have to say the weapons look absolutely brilliant.
I just want to like pan over them quite slowly so you can see them.
Can we look at the Scythe a little bit? Sorry, I love the Scythe.
Oh, the Scythe is
so great.
Yeah, the Scythe is my favourite, I think.
The Scythe just looks pretty superb.
A bit more. There we go. So there's the Scythe.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
But yeah, we just wanted to see what you guys thought from a feedback perspective. Everyone seems to like it, which is very good, actually.
Yeah, that's good.
And people are saying it looks a lot nicer than the last preview.
Yeah, we've got this nice icy, like, heating effect on it.
Oh yeah, on the shoulders, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's still a little bit more to do on it, but, like, they're getting there. Like, there's a few bugs, but it's mostly there now, so...
Obviously, it's come a long way since we first showed it off back in, I think it was July, August time, I think it was.
Possibly, yeah.
And obviously, you know, you guys gave us your feedback then, so, well, I mean, people seem to like it, which is good.
Yeah.
So, there you go. That's very awesome. Apart from that, I know we mention every time, but I think it's safe. I think it's worth mentioning about the reminder of the clue log and how it is actually tracking, even though, of course, the update's not out.
This got started tracking in October, I believe. Yeah. So from October, any clue you've been completed has been contributing towards your log, which means that on release day you will have like a fair amount of things already completed. So that would be nice. Like for those people who are like dedicated to clue hunters, they'll already have some progress. Also, along with this update, there's going to be a reward shop for buying the Treasure Trail outfit, which has now been renamed to the Globetrotter outfit.
Globetrotter, okay.
And what we'll do is we're going to backdate any points, because you get points for every clue completed, so we'll backdate all those points for launch. So, so if you've done clues, then you'll have a nice chunk of points. So if you've done enough, you will be able to buy that outfit on release day.
Just someone in the question in the chat asked about hidey holes still happening, yes?
Yes, hidey holes are there for every single clue from easy to master. Master introduces 12 or 13 new remote clues. We'll probably put out a bit of information in a couple of weeks' time, which is for some of the items, because some of the items they might be a bit awkward to get hold of, especially if you're an Iron Man account. So like, I'd rather like let you know about that in advance rather than on release day, like getting an emote clue and then being like, oh great, now I have to like go to X content and complete this. So
obviously, just our last questions. We got so many, but I'll try and pick up the ones we want. In regards to points per tier, is that decided yet, or is that still up in the air?
It's all decided now. It's gone through the Balancing Council and Timbo, so that's all decided. I can't remember the numbers off my head though.
When we get closer, we can reveal it.
Yeah, basically though, like the higher tier that you get, like the more rewarding it is. So doing a master is way more rewarding than doing easies.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, there we go. That is Clue Scrolls. So it's pretty hype. Wait,
we also have some achievements.
Oh, nice. Okay.
There we go. I saw someone asking in the chat, so I thought I'd just show it off.
Finally, Clue Scroll and the player has aquarium for all the hidey holes. That's cool. Yeah, that's always nice. Get people to go for
we've got pointing like towards some of the content where you can get elites from and everything.
Nice. All right, there you go. So thank you so much, Daze.
Thank you.
It's pretty hype. So we're now going to get ready to switch computers just to my left here, because we are going to jump on with Mod. Pie, who is getting ready to talk about the Bakriminel bolts. And this is exciting. Hello.
Yeah, this is good fun.
This is so exciting.
So, it's a pretty simple update, really. The premise of it is pretty simple. You take Bakriminel bolts, you take enchanted bolt tips, make some babies, have some cool, awesome rewards, right? So we've got our Bakriminel bolt tips here, so Bakriminel bolts here. So they're level 80 equipment requirement, but they're tier 75. What we're going to do is we're going to tip them with onyx bolts. Pretty simples. The XP is scaled all the way to 99, so the XP is pretty
on the pet.
Pretty nice. Wow, it's because I've got a potato.
Yeah, I know. If only. Can you imagine?
If only, I know, right? This adds 10 tiers. So we've now got a level 90 equip requirement, and we have a tier 85 bolt. But we can do better than that, right?
Yeah, of course we can. What have we got?
So we're going to enchant it. We're going to go to Onyx E. I'm probably going to get another pet. There we go.
Oh, if only it was this easy.
I know, right?
Goodness.
And when we enchant it, we've actually got the full swathe here. We've got a level 99 equip requirement and a tier 95 bolt.
And 11 bolts as well in total. 11? Yeah, 11 bolts. So, wow, this makes things interesting. So, before we jump in, a couple of things. Why now for range? Was this decided, and how was it thought of?
It's always been on the backlog. So range desperately needs a buff. Like anybody who interacts with our combat system knows range needs a buff. And the thing is, like Bakriminel bolts and enchanted bolts, they're both pretty cool things that just have been devalued over time. Some players in the chat have noted that even though it's a tier 95 bolt, it will be capped by your main hand.
Yes.
So this is a little bit of future-proofing on our part. When Solak brings out dual wield tier 92, they will go up. The damage will obviously go up to tier 92. But don't forget you've got that awesome effect on top.
Should we start from the top then? Speaking of effects, all right, let's go for this. So obviously we just saw the Onyx one right there. All of these have handy tooltips as well.
Yeah, we've got item bonuses, so there you go, Rubik. Just nice and quick for you. But we'll go through from bottom to top because I think that's pertinent. So you've got opals. So they get quite simple. Obviously the gems are a lot cheaper.
Yep.
So this one has a 5% chance to just perform 10% more damage with your attack. Note that the activation chances, so it says 5% chance here, but if you complete the Sears Elite Achievement Diary, then it adds 2% on top of all of the percentages shown on the tooltips. So it's 5% here, but it will be 7% if
Sears Elite?
Sears Elite,
I need to do that. Holy crap, I need to do that. Jeez, okay. Wow.
See what he's doing this one. Oh, awesome. Swiggity swooty.
So that's the first one?
Yeah. So the next one's Sapphire. So this has a 5% chance to steal 5% of your maximum prayer points from your opponent. So in PVM, you'll gain 5% prayer points. In PvP, you'll not only gain 5%, but you'll take 5% away from your opponent.
So would you say it's safe to say that's more of a PvP bolt in that regard? Because NPCs, I mean, every time it triggers, NPCs will always have 5%, right? If that triggers
5% of yours. So it will give you.
Right.
So in PVM, it will give you 5% max.
Sure. So 5% of, in this case,
so
990.
5% of 990. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. And as you mentioned, obviously stats very basic, and we get a bit more complicated as time goes on.
we get more close. So Jade ones have a 5% chance to stun your opponent, but this will only bind in PvP. Jade Bolt is far too cheap to inject a stun into PvP at this point.
Could be handy to Telos.
Yeah,
use
it's
use
just
a
a
Dread
passive
to
stun.
trigger his freedom, and then get that. That'd be handy. Yep. Combinations.
I know. This one's a little bit ridiculous.
5% chance for 50% more damage. Enemies weak to water. Jeez, yeah, that's
so
insane.
if an enemy is weak to water and dragons, they take 15% more damage. If they are weak to fire, there are fines to fire, in which case they take 15% less damage. Yeah?
Yep. And obviously you don't want to take the J-Bolt to Jakamaru, just as a FYI for everyone.
Yeah, anyone who takes J-Bolts to Yakamaru,
don't do that.
Ramen would. He'd be all over that. So that's Pearl.
Yep.
They do get better, I promise.
Oh,
Emerald. So this one's an interesting one because we've got weapon poison at the moment is in quite a nice place. This is an incredibly niche bolt. I'm not expecting this to be your main source of weapon poison at all, but weapon poison has a 1 in 8 chance to apply. This has a 55% chance, or 57 with your thing. The reason for this is for enemies such as, I don't know, the Dark Core, which have effects that trigger when you poison, so Dark Core slows down its attacks when you poison them, this is the bolt you want to take. So it has a high chance of poisoning them, but the poison is weak.
Awesome. All right, what we got next? Topaz.
Red Topaz. Okay, so Red Topaz is an anti-mage bolt. A bit like Bakriminel bolts, so I couldn't let Bakriminel bolts just die. So Red Topaz, if I attack the training dummy, you should see it on my debuff bar. Red Topaz, eventually. Red Topaz.
5% chance you gotta get lucky.
Yeah, I know, it's 1 in 20.
We're just talking,
yeah.
and it go.
There's a 5% chance to reduce your opponent's magic level by 2, but it also reduces the damage by 1% per stack. This caps at 10 levels and 5% damage. So if you want to lower your opponent's magic damage, you use this bolt, and it will lower the damage that you're taking. Yeah?
Yep.
We're following so far.
Yeah, we're
getting through them. Nice RNG. Yeah, it's just not.
Yeah, it's just not triggering.
Oh, no. Oh, it's on them.
Yeah, there we go.
So we've got 1 stack there. Sorry, I completely forgot that the stack isn't on me, it's on the opponent.
Target bar.
Woo. Yeah. Target.
Really? We're going to go there.
Rubies.
Here's my favourite. Here's my favourite.
So rubies do what they always did. However, NPCs nowadays have a ton more life points. Because of this, we have had to put a ridiculous amount of caveats on this. Like, ridiculous. So here's the tooltip.
Yeah, it's a big one. But yeah,
you have a 5% chance to hit your opponent for 20% of their max life points. This will scale down as the NPC loses life points. However, there are some interesting caveats. For instance, the activation proc, for every 1 million life points the NPC has, the activation percentage goes down 1. So AOD, you'd just be smashing AOD left, right, and centre, wouldn't you?
Initially.
Initially, yeah.
Yep.
So for every 1 million life points the NPC has, you lose 1% chance on your proc chance, capping at 1%.
And of course, you have to make a sacrifice with this as well.
Yes. So it takes 20% of theirs, but you lose 10% of your life points, and that never scales back. There's caps at 10k damage, obviously. Crits will cap at 12k. It has a 6-second internal cooldown versus NPCs.
Whereas obviously to players, it's 3k.
The 20% will scale down as the NPC loses health, so from half their health. So up until half health, it's 20%. This continues scaling down. Basically, read this tooltip and break it down. We had to put a lot of caveats on it to get it to work properly. But I wanted the old Bakriminel, the old Ruby Bolt proc in game, and we've done an awful lot of testing.
So I do the big one to mention is the internal cooldown, as we call it on NPCs. So essentially that means you can't just stack them on top. Because,
you can't just proc. Yeah.
Because we had that AOD in our testing where literally we all had it and procced it so much.
It's a 6-second internal cooldown, so it's a short cooldown, but you're not going to be smacking this back to back because that break things.
What have we got next?
Diamond?
Nice and simple again.
Diamond, yeah. Ruby, ridiculous.
So yeah, there you go. 5% chance to hit with 100% accuracy and deal up to 15% more damage. So if you want a guaranteed hit, might be very handy at a place that you're splashing. Could be very useful. In fact, might be very useful at high worlds and shatter worlds. Now I think about it as one example. So
again, it's 5% up to 7%.
Yeah, of course.
So these are low chances. Dragonstone. So Dragonstone bolts have a chance to perform an extra hit. So instead of just adding on to your existing hit, it's a second hit. So your hit is normal, however, you'll do a second hit for 25% of your current attack damage. And this comes through as Dragonfire. This means if you have Dragonfire protection on in PvP, or you're attacking a dragon, then you're not going to do any damage. Dragonfire protection protects you.
And just so you know, you'll know when it hits because you'll get a little magic icon.
It'll be a magic hit, like all Dragonfire.
There you go. Just come up then. 359 right there. So yeah. What's next? Onyx. Oh yeah, that's the one we had. Okay.
So Onyx is a life leech. So you've got a 10% chance. So Onyx are really expensive. And here's the caveat. These things are ridiculously expensive. When you proc, you lose the bolt. You might have noticed that when it procced, I lost the bolt. When you proc, it deletes the bolt. So be really careful. So if you're taking Onyx, you're literally throwing money at a boss. And this has a 10% chance to heal up to 25% of the damage potential of your attack. Not the damage, the potential damage. This caps at 2.5k. And dealing 25% more damage. So not only does it heal you, it also buffs your attack by 25%.
Awesome. All right, and what we got next? Hydrix, last Hydrix, I imagine?
Yeah. Hydrix, yeah. So Hydrix, again, you really don't want money. Basically, you're literally just being like, nah, screw it. So this is Deathmark. So it's a slight change on the existing game one. You have a 10% chance to instantly provide 10% adrenaline. So 1 in 10 of your shots will instantly give you 10% adrenaline.
So if you've had a threshold and kicked in, then you get 10% back. Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
And an additional 1% from basic abilities for 15 seconds. So for 15 seconds, your basic abilities are also giving you 9% instead of 8% adrenaline. This is a disgusting adrenaline stim. If you proc it whilst it's going, it will just refresh the length of the cooldown. So if it constantly procs, it's going to just keep giving you 9% adrenaline.
So yeah, the main thing to keep in mind, of all these bolts, there's only one that has a cooldown on that is, of course, the Ruby
one.
So just keep that in mind as well. Does it stack with Impatient, the invention perk?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Even more adrenaline. Right, so while we have been showing these bolts, I was going to try and do a full Telos kill, but I've just realised that time has absolutely vanished. So what I'm going to do really quickly is hop over to this PC and quickly do a Telos kill, because, well, not a Telos kill, but show you an example of where you might want to use the Ruby bolts, because hopefully we'll get a nice crit with this.
What is that outfit, Shawnee?
That outfit is better than what it was before, I can tell you that much. Way better than the particle outfit I had before. All right, so, and yes, just to clarify, it works with the quiver as well, as you can see. So I've got the Ruby bolts inside the quiver. So we'll do a quick 100% one here, because we want to try and show the proc of this damage. And then once we've done that, we'll jump out and then come back over to Pikes. We're going to show one other thing as well, which is pretty exciting. So fingers crossed we get a nice proc. We might get an early proc as well if we're lucky. We'll see. All right. But yeah, I'm pretty hyped for this. Just to clarify as well, are we able to talk about a release? Are we able to say when it is coming out, if that's okay? Can we talk about when the bolts are coming out?
Yeah, you can. It's pretty soon.
Very soon.
Well,
there you go.
It's next Monday, isn't it?
There we go then. Next Monday, yes.
Next Monday.
All right. So next Monday, so you can get yourself stocked up, and all, I can assure you, probably people already have ever since we announced it, of course. So we want to be watching out for either, there we go, we just got a 12k. So we can see, because Telos' health is so high, right now we just dealt 20% of the damage to him, but of course capped at 12k because we did a crit. So this is really handy if you want to do Telos as an example. It's really up to you. But there's many different practical things you can do here, and it actually makes range a little bit more fun for Telos. I did a kill on a stream a little while back, obviously without the Bakriminel bolts. And it was a bit of a pain to do, but yeah, these bolts will always be very handy. Are you good to go?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, there you go. So just a quick example of how it can be used at Telos. I'm going to just tally out here, and we're going to come back over to Pikes. We're going to talk about something else.
Getting crit on your kill, obviously.
Yeah, of course. That's very handy. Well, makes it a lot easier to show. All right, what we got?
So we have rebuilding Edgeville. So Edgeville's been in quite a state for quite some time. And I think it's, it's about time we did something about it, right? So if you've completed Ritual of the Majorat, you'll be able to speak to Mandrith. Sorry, I was getting Mandrith and Nastroth mixed up, This is just a hair colour in it. You speak to Mandrith, and you follow the existing chat option. Did you see who attacked in Edgeville? And Mandrith is quite concerned about the attack on Edgeville and is worried that too much attention is being put on Edgeville, and he's worried that the Dragonkin might come back since people keep on just talking about it, you know. So he asks you to help clear up and hide the mess of the Dragonkin, so that the people around you just stop talking about it, because he's deathly scared of the Dragonkin.
Not only that, but our players stop talking about it as well. So a win-win there as well.
Yeah. So what he'll do is he'll give you a to-do list. It's a really old interface at the moment because this is what we've got. It's really hard to read as well, so have fun with that one. But you need to just clean up Edgeville basically, and you're going to get like XP for cleaning it up. So this burnt skeleton here, you can consecrate it, and then you're going to clean it up. Get 5k prayer XP. It's quite nice. You get quite a nice chunk. It's not going to be like, oh, got to do this, get 10 levels, but you know, it's worth your time. You just turn up. You can indeed repair the trees, so you can nurture the burnt trees. So we're going to nurture that. Oh, thank you very much. You'll do it in batches, so you won't be able to nurture all of the trees. You do nurture quite a few trees at once, so you'll notice that the ones around you are quite nicely filling in. You'll clean up the scorches, you'll repair the houses, you'll get some nice XP.
Is that an agility shortcut there? Oh no, sorry, I saw the wall in the water, I thought it was a shortcut. Goodness,
no, it's
what
not.
am I
So you're
talking
getting
about?
some XP there. Nice anim, just a minute, that's because I'm mod tellied.
Just pickaxe in the air, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine, I'm just going to cancel that animation.
So yeah, it's been in this way since, I think, what, 2014, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or before that? Someone will obviously correct me.
So not everything's click on though, so I wanted to make things a little bit more, feel a bit nicer. So for instance, you get this, you steal Aggie's broom in the quest, and you just sweep nearby rather than having to click on anything.
Nice.
So I didn't want to add a bunch of clicks here, so you're just like, oh yeah, let's just clean these up sort of thing. But once you're done,
you got it. There you go.
I believe I set this to 0, believe it or not.
Oh.
Once you're done, the place is in a much better state. You'll get a whole bunch of XP along the way. You'll speak to Mandrith. All this will get cleared up. I've cheated, so it's going to be in a weird state. For cleaning it up, not only do you get all that, you get given a free Dragonkin lamp.
Nice.
But the coolest thing, the reason why you're going to do this isn't the boatloads of XP you're going to get. Nah. What we're going to do, what happens is when you complete it, you have a chance upon using a Dragonkin lamp to get a new pet.
Okay.
If you've seen Mod Ramen's Twitter,
yeah, I know what's coming.
You might know what's coming.
Is this from, just basically from effigy lamps then, right?
Yeah. You can unlock Effie the effigy.
Oh, that's amazing.
So you get a nice little effigy pet behind you. Effie has some quite nice chat. Effie is hungry for knowledge. So I'll show you, but we don't have a chat head for Effie right now.
Sure.
So ignore the Virago shards. But so Effie will tell you how many effigies you've got.
Nice.
So you just be able to go, how many effigies do I have? I've got none.
None of my friends.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it will tell you how many you've got, which is quite nice because the drop rate is affected.
Yep.
You can also chat, and then Effie is hungry for some knowledge.
If one places a tiny amount of liqueur on a scorpion, it will instantly go mad and sting itself to death.
So I'm only going to do one, but there is so many useless facts on Effie's chat that translation are rather upset with me right now. But you get to give Effie some information. But yeah, it's it's not like a amazing headline update, but it's clean up Edgeville. Yeah. Increase your FPS because we get to get rid of the particles and get some cool rewards along the way.
Nice. Yeah, it's nice to do. It's in my opinion, it's clutter in that regard. So, it's nice to actually clean it up and make it look nice. That's really cool. Someone said, does the examine show how many effigies you've opened on the pair? There's an idea.
So we've not checked that, but I can actually add that if you want. But it would start tracking from the moment we release this. So
that's fair. Because obviously we didn't have
yeah,
the
that's quite
tracking
cool.
done. Okay.
I would write down that information in the pipad, but I used my pen died making this rather nice thing for my trolley. So, I've got a pen.
He's got a pen. Okay.
I'll put it on this page so that we remember our time here.
Dave's left his pad as well.
But yeah, no, I'll add that. That's cool.
Awesome. Okay. Apart from that, is there anything else, sir?
No, it's quite a short, sweet, simple update.
Yes. No, I think that's safe to say.
Run around, get some post-quest XP.
It'd be pretty great on update day seeing everyone out, everyone running around using the broom. Actually, it'd be pretty great.
My favourite thing I think is since you complete the quest and immediately get a Dragonkin lamp, some people are just going to straight off the bat get Effie.
Is there a broadcast?
I don't believe so, because that would be rather horrific on day of release.
Yes, that's fair. All right, I think we are good. So thank you so much, Pi. Pi went through Bakriminel bolts and the, as we are calling it, the Edgeville rebuild-a-thon.
No, that's not the name. It's just rebuilding Edgeville.
Edgeville rebuild.
So Edgeville Rebuild-a-thon was a play on the Lumbridge Rebuild-a-thon we had back in the day, but we're not calling it that. I blame what's in the script. All right, cool. I'm gonna get ready to jump up. What? Blame Osborne? Did you say?
You got it there.
Okay, I blame Osborne. Blame Osborne. There you go. He's not here, so we can blame him. All right, I'm going to come back over to this PC again, and we're going to do it. Thank you so much, Pi, by the way. It's awesome. And we're back over here. So this time, we are going to make this nice and quick because you guys have seen this before, but in case you haven't, we'd show you again because this is on track to release hopefully by the end of this month. So I should just get into the bank. So this is the bank rework taster done by Mod Hunter. Essentially, it was an update he has done which improvements to the bank without needing engine. So with this, the bank has changed a little bit. So I'll go through this really, really quickly. So you can see right now, immediately, we now have all of our presets right at the bottom here. Before, it used to be 1 and 2, which were buttons. They're now little mini buttons. You can just click on them, and it will take out the presets as you wish. Of course, the Beast of Burden as well. With that comes the ability to access Diango's holiday item and outfit retrieval straight from your bank if you want to. So you can now get any of the stuff outside of Diango if you so wish via this. So you feel free to go nuts on that one. So that's pretty cool. Next up is the costume room of your player-owned house. So this is my live account, so I don't have some of these, so it's going to tell me I don't own them when I click on them, but you can see that you can get any of these out of your cases from here straight to your bank if you want to, or deposit them in. It's really up to you. So you don't have to go all the way to your POH, all the way over to the case and then put them in, so that's obviously very handy to have. And then the other one is the bank cleanup mode. Now what this does is when you press it, it will come up with all of the items that you can click on to get rid of straight away if you want to. Now, of course, there's a lot of outfits in here, which of course Diango stores, but there might be other stuff that the game knows you probably don't need anymore. You can clean them up. So in my case, there's a crap ton of outfits in there. Most of them I probably don't need anymore because it's just a waste of space, but hey, I can clean them up if I want to. And then I will show you what the presets window looks like. So if you click on Manage Presets, it's now inside this window. You can click on any of your presets and you can see what you have. My thieving tab is, for example, my very, very old Telos tab from when I was first learning him. So there you go, shows how much I'm up to date with my presets. But yeah, it's just essentially condensed in, quicker, a little bit more streamlined, which is really handy. There is still... when you withdraw your combat items from Diango, it will still require a fee, as per usual. Yeah, that's pretty much that. So I believe that'll do it for this. This is coming hopefully by the end of this month. They are working damn hard to make sure it tries to get out by the end of this month. Because when we were on the dev Q&A on Tuesday last week, we were hoping it could be there, so fingers crossed it is. But apart from that, that'll do for this. And I'm going to throw it over to Mod Nova, who's got some cool stuff to show you. Sova! Oh, God. It's been, look, I've got quite a lot on my plate, okay? All right. Yeah, my apologies, Sova. God, it's close enough. 3 letters or whatever, and it is, right? I'm close enough. I'm sorry.
I'm disappointed.
All right, what have you got for us, sir?
Tooltips.
Yes,
I'm carrying
I love
on
tooltips.
your good work.
Tooltips.
And Daze's good work. I think he did the summary scrolls.
Daze did the scrolls and the item bonuses, so yeah, his work as well. Mod sofa, someone said.
Don't sit on me. So this is what you'll see right now. Oh, it's a prayer potion. What does that do? I don't know. If I now go into game settings, I have an option currently ticked. This will be defaulted off, by the way. You can turn tooltip potions off if you don't like them or if you think they take up too much space. But I will re-enable them. And now, oh, look.
Nice and simple, but it actually tells you the specific amount because it scales, which is nice.
So if I give,
it's where it's gonna get absurd now, right?
Is it blessed? Blessed, deal wrench, blessed. Yes, that is obviously
Holy
the
wrench.
Holy Wrench.
Yes.
I'm now. Oh look, that's 337 now instead. Cool. Also, every other potion in the game.
You have tabs of potions. This is great.
This is
oh wow.
Lots and lots and lots of very slow research to find all the potions that exist in the game.
Wow.
If anyone follows me on Twitter, you'll know something interesting about, where is it, the Zamorak mix. It's somewhere
red?
in here.
It's got to be red. Zamorak, right?
No, it's not red.
What?
It's...
You can do it. It's fine. You're just showing them the tooltips. It's all good. It's just a search. There you go. Ah, there we go.
Zamorak
Oh my
mix.
goodness. Okay. So obviously anything that's negative is in red, positive is green, and anything neutral is in blue. Holy moly.
Yep.
So what's stuff like the Perfect Plus potion like?
Again, if anyone follows me on Twitter, you'll know the first iteration of the Perfect Plus potion. I have changed it since then, so it just says grants the effects of all of the other Juju potions, because before the tooltip was taking up half the screen.
Yeah, no, I could see it being an
ridiculous.
absolutely absurdly huge tooltip. Nice. All right, so and you can see stuff like that. Everyone knows, well, not stand corrected. Everyone knows the sour brews heal 1,000, that's what I've said before. But they might not know, of course, if they're not overloaded, that it actually reduces their stats by that specific amount.
Yep.
Might be useful.
So
you never know.
These numbers on the stat changes are according to my skill level as well. So if I was maxed out, they would be different. Then there's some random quest potions that I found lying around. So just use the Land of the Goblins.
It's even gone through them ones. That's great.
Yeah.
Can you go over the Perfect Plus potion again?
Yep.
I'm not sure, if memory serves me correctly, I'm not sure the 3% XP does work with the potion.
Well, here's extra incentive to fix that bug.
That's might have to check that one. I don't know. I seem to recall people saying a while ago they didn't work. Maybe we fixed it since then. I'm not too sure. Rubik saying talk about the new potion! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! What is this? What have you been?
Okay, so why I brought up the Zamorak brew was because I looked at it and thought this is an interesting potion because I'm currently max HP, so it hurts me. If I set life points,
might need to close the bank because it's an interface, right?
Yes.
It'll be like, you must force this.
If I can type on this
keyboard.
has
this. Everyone has this on stream. Literally,
these are the worst keyboards ever.
You can do it. You can do it. There you go.
No, not max life points. Actual life points. 100. Oh, I'm going to die.
You're healing straight at a bank, by the way, just to clarify.
Oh, God. Look at it changing.
There we go. Let's do it again. So I'm just curious. Oh, man. This is great, though, because genuinely, the reason why I did the initial tooltip project was just ease of information for people. Just because it was a little bit confusing when, you don't know specifics of what a certain item does, but yet, because the people have put the work in on, let's say, Wiki, they can go to the Wiki and see it there. So it's always nice to have it in there as the source, I guess. So love it. And someone's linked your old tweet of it. So if they want to check out the Perfect Plus tooltip, they can do it there.
It was not a pretty thing.
How's it been doing this?
Finding out a lot of things about how potions work. Having nightmares about how potions work. It's not a great system, but yeah, it is there. In the future, I'd like to come back to potions and possibly do some changes to them. The thing that you brought up in chat was a new potion that is like the Zamorak mix that heals when you're low on HP. So it might be super OP if you use it below 10%, like half your HP. I don't know. That would be crazy though. People would go mad.
I mean, subject to balancing, of course.
That's the price you pay for living on the edge.
Oh man, so there you go. And people are just saying to drink it so you can get healed. So yeah, just do it. There you go. Nice little heal there, because why not? But yeah, apart from that, is there anything else regarding potion tooltips, or is that the big one there?
Yeah, that is the big one.
Awesome. So there you go. All of the information, they're literally your tooltips. So it's going to be very handy indeed. There's quite a lot of potions now. You never really realise how many potions we have in game until you just see them there. It's crazy.
Supreme Overload Cell. That's the best one.
Yeah, that's the Overload Cell. What's the Supreme one? It's the That's okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, Overload Salve obviously has all the different buffs on top of it. Yeah. Man, that's a lot. Goodness me. All right, so that will, apart from that, is there anything else you want to say, anything like that?
Nope.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So thank you so much for showing us that. And we are going to get ready to move over to this again, because we've got more stuff to show you. This time I'm replacing, thank you for joining, by the way, Sola. This time I'm in place of Motimbo. Unfortunately couldn't be here today because he's ill. So I'm going to be trying to go through a couple of ninja fins you guys can look forward to in the near future. So first of all, you might notice, of course, I'm in the area where teak trees are. Now, normally when people are here, they're either doing woodcutting or they're doing crystallized woodcutting training. Now, an annoyance with crystallized is that, you know, you have to wait for this bar to empty out before you can activate it again. It was an issue, of course, with Crystal Mask, with people having it on thieving. Not anymore. You can recast crystallize whenever you want and make sure that your lock, as we call them, is up to speed, fully crystallized, and you can keep woodcutting to your heart's content or anything else you want to use crystallize on. So that's pretty hype. Next one I'm actually very excited for, so this is going to be pretty cool. So this is called Action Bar Binding. Now, what this will do is switch your action bar, your primary action bar, i.e. the one right here, where I'm right-clicking, to the action bar you want when you equip a weapon based on that category. So, for example, if you love your weapon switching, and you want to switch to, let's say, a Nox Staff, and you go, hey, my action bar isn't updated yet, so I'll equip my Nox, and it'll update straight to my magic bar for myself. Now, you can imagine the combinations. It's pretty hype. It's really hype, indeed. My mic's clipping. Sorry, guys. It's really nice to have, so you can imagine how hype that is, and of course vice versa. You can switch it with your crossbow, which is switch back to your range bar. Also, it will work if you want to when you do your bank presets, so feel free to tick that box and it'll work with it. But here are all of your action bars, and you can choose which one you want to switch to and so on. So pretty hype, indeedy. Yeah, and someone said Ralph stole the mic. Yeah, you can use that as an excuse. I'm going to get ready to show you guys something else as well before we get ready to wrap up, but we just need to boot that world up in just a moment. But we've got a couple more ninja fins. In regards to the Dwarven multi-cannons, you voted on a poll which allowed us to make changes, and with that, they now jam when they previously decayed. And you can repair the cannon in its state to activate it without needing to rebuild it. But if not, repaired in the 20 minutes after that, it will then be destroyed. And then the other one I'm going to show you is the related to the Wicked Hood. So when you activate your Wicked Hood, you can now right-click each rune and choose the respective option for them there and then. So you don't have to go teleport. You don't have to click it. You can now just right-click, choose the one you want. Oh, hello. Oh, that was interesting. I think I clicked right in the spot that caused both of them. Yeah, right in the middle. But yeah, you can right-click, go on, make runes, go on, teleport. So a lot easier for you. A lot nicer for you as well. So there's some really cool ninja stuff coming up, and those are just some of the highlights. So we're still trying to boot up on that.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
2 minutes.
Not a problem. So yeah, is the right click in-game already? If so, then I've been given false notes, because this says right click options have been added to the individual runes icons of the Wicked Hood interface to better streamline the make runes and teleport feature. Someone may correct me and say that it's in-game already. I hope it isn't, because I've hyped it up here. So I've hyped up something that's already in-game. Fingers crossed I haven't. I think it's 11 if you're trying to log into that one. Yeah, it's 11 if you want to do. Sorry, I'm trying to, because I want to get ready to show you guys related to clans at the moment. So get you guys pretty excited. Yeah, because I need 11 because that's the one that's the clan owner.
That's fine. Okay.
Sorry, it's a bit of pain. It's already in game. People are saying some people are in game, some people are not in game. But you guys are confusing me. But for people who are joining late, just in case you were missing out why the chat kind of freaked out a little bit, it was related to action bar swapping. So if you have your weapon, which is a mage, and you want to switch to a specific action bar for mage, you can then switch to it. So when you do that, we'll then switch to your bar for it. People are saying it's already in game, so now I'm going to find out what that release note is meant to mean and maybe get it changed. So sorry about that, guys. But anyway, I'm going to get ready to move over to this left computer because we are going to take you for a little bit of an adventure with clans and what has happened. So, we've been talking about clans constantly. We have never really shown you anything, not for a while, anyway. So, Xmod Malta used to work here, had a project where he wanted to do the clan avatar rework. He made great progress on it, unfortunately couldn't finish it before he left us. So, I thought it would be a great project to take on, because I love clans. I think when done properly, clans are absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to use this as a chance to show off everything that's happened so far with the clan avatar rework, what it's meant to do, and everything else in between. So a couple things. First of all, clan avatars will no longer need the job title of avatar warden to summon them. And an avatar is now your personal avatar. There is no longer, as we call them, clan avatars. They used to be up to 3. The avatar is now your own thing. So it's you can go and activate it and have your own avatar from the moment you activate it up to a week. So I will just show you this right now. We'll get ready to teleport to our Citadel right now. So we have a load of avatars here now because we have a load of avatars, because why not? So when you right click, you can attune to the avatar or manage your avatar. If you're an admin, you can choose which resources your avatar gathers. It's up to you, or of course customize its appearance. Or activate your weekly buff, and you can do it right here. Everyone has their own weekly buff. It is no longer corresponded to an avatar, so you can take out whatever buff you want, however you want. So if you want to do capping, you can take out Citadel skill plot bonus, and then come back straight away and change it to XP when you're done. It's really up to you. A couple things to note. The Citadel skill plot bonus has been increased from 10% to 50%, so you'll now get 50% more resources when you are using skill plots on your avatar habitats, on your skill plots inside your Citadel. So your resource cap will start to go up a fair bit. Now, of course, when you're done, you can right-click, attune to avatar, and go on experience boost, and you'll get an XP boost for that week. Now, here's the important bit. Fealty has an impact in the amount of XP you get. So it's a base 3% increase, but your fealty will increase it by 1% per fealty. Fealty 1, 1%, fealty 2, 2, and fealty 3, 3. So essentially, just get your fealty out of the way, and you can benefit from 6% for however long you want. Now, what this allows you to do is 1, benefit from this inside RuneSpan. 2, benefit from this on the avatar course in Prif if you want to, because people go, well, why does my avatar disappear and I don't get 6%, etc. So with this, the avatar itself is now a pet. It is no longer a special follower, because it used to have its own little system. Not anymore. It's now your own little pet. You can take it out however you want, and you can dismiss it however you want, and you won't lose out on any bonuses for it with it out. Now, if you have the avatar out inside your Citadel, it will gather resources for you. So if you have a clan gathering event, you have 10 avatars out with your players, it will then start to stack up your clan total over time. So feel free to do that if you want to benefit from a little bit. So you can just see my clan total went up a little bit there. So it's a little slow, but if there are more people, it will start to stack up over time. In regards to other stuff on clan avatars, that's kind of the main one. Also, you can store an avatar inside the menagerie, but due to the way clan avatars worked, I just made a special version of the avatar, so it has its own unique appearance, but it's only in the menagerie. So keep that in mind as well. But that's the clan avatar side of things. You don't have to use orts anymore. Orts are no longer a thing. They're going to be gone with this update. So keep that in mind. Iron Men do not benefit from any of the bonuses. However, they can take out the avatar as a cosmetic pet by attuning to the avatar stone. So something to keep in mind as well. apart from that, that's everything in regards to avatar stuff. And now I'm going to get into a couple more clan stuff that I was able to do while I was on this project. So, right here, we can see volunteered Mod John, thank you, sir, who is right next to me. So we're going to invite him to the clan really quickly. He's already in a clan. Can you leave the clan for me? Sorry, I'm going to have to go up there. Right. I didn't prep, sorry. Little red icon there, yep. And yep, and then say yep. There we go, perfect. Right, so we're going to do this again. So we're going to invite him. He's already in a clan. Oh, you need to go in the Citadel, sorry. Oh, right, okay. While he's doing that, I'll show you something else, which is pretty exciting. Clan settings is changed significantly. Now, for anyone who uses clan settings, it uses a very legacy-styled interface from 2011. It is no longer a crushed interface. It's now what we call an overlay. Now, what this allows you to do, it'll load, it's fine. What this allows you to do is move it around while doing your clan settings. So if you want to go on a spree of ranking people up for doing good work, you can do that while doing your skilling. So if you don't have to worry about ranking someone up, then having to close it, do whatever you need to do, and then so on. You can do this as you're doing it. By the way, if you're wondering why there is like #player1, etc., they're just essentially accounts, fake accounts, just to see if the ranks work properly, because the interface has to render nicely and all that. Clan settings has changed again as well. Can you try Shawnee 12 if that's okay? Sorry. The clan settings interface has changed as well in regards to its interface layout. It used to be a lot more iffy, now a lot more nicer, as well as the permissions, which looks better as well. A couple other things I want to mention as well in regards to skill plots. I missed this, apologies. The woodcutting, mining, and fire making skill plots now grant more resources when you skill on them as well. So if you combine that with the 50% boost, that will help a ton. So keep that in mind as well. Also, when you use a clan vex or a clan cloak on a member, you can give them the item straight away, which might be handy if you want to recruit someone and then give them the items where needed. So much going through here, apologies. I'm going to try and go through as much as I can, but I don't want to take up all the time. As you might have noticed as well, there are buff icons, for all of them. The boosts are active, but a couple of things to keep in mind. The current buff, the previous buffs, which is heal over time, familiar faces, auto-ort, random resurrector, and protector, have now been removed from the game. Now, people have said, well, can you bring back heal over time? Because we actually like using it in certain bosses, like a corp and so on. That, at the moment, is up in the air because avatars now their own pets, which makes things a lot more different because, of course, when it used to be a clan pet, someone could bring it and everyone can benefit from the heal, but now it's everyone's own pet. It means that it isn't as easy, so we have to wait and see where we're at when this update goes out, and then we can go from there. In regards to the customizing your clan appearance, yes, you can do that. When you go to your Citadel, you can go on the stone, customize your appearance how you wish, and it will update for everyone's avatar while they're playing as well. So you can just see I've got customized clan avatars here, and it's the same as before. You can go in and choose whatever you wish, and then press accept and then go from there. In regards to ETAs, I imagine a lot of people might ask when it's coming out. At the moment, it still has to have a big QA playtest because there's a lot of clan stuff that's being touched here. We don't want clans to fall over, ever. Not ideal. So let me teleport to you. I'm in an Citadel, so you probably don't want to teleport to me. Are you on Shawnee 12, yeah?
No, I'm on mine.
Oh, what's yours?
I don't know what my username is.
Edgeville. Solid name, John.
Right.
All right. So we are going to... Oh, hello. I'll wait for this to load up. We're going to invite Edgeville. He's going to jump in our clan. So when he accepts this, this was something... Yeah, you have to accept. Please accept. So when he accepts, a clan broadcast message now goes out, which will tell you the player who has now invited the person to the clan. Whereas before, it just told you that someone has joined. For your clans who want to track who's recruiting or who's recruited a really odd member, you can now see who has recruited them. So as you can see, my name has recruited Edgeville to the clan. Is another thing as well. But apart from that, I think I've managed to go through as much as I can, or everything in between. So hopefully it's exciting. There is no benefit of aughts from this update. They will no longer be a thing. Clan drop broadcasts, unfortunately not a thing with this update. Requires engine work to go into, thanks for leaving, requires engine work to go into the broadcast system itself to make it happen, unfortunately. So yeah, unfortunately aughts are no longer a thing with this, but hopefully it makes things a lot more streamlined, a lot more fun, and a lot more less stressful for clans. This updates, yeah, I know, I don't have an ETA because it all depends on how the QA test goes, because they could find stuff and it could throw things up in the air because there's a lot of functions and systems that clans ties into. So fingers crossed. Fine birthday, thanks, John. Fingers crossed it goes well, and then hopefully we'll have an ETA soonish. But trust me, I am trying very hard to try and get this out. In regards to all the avatars that are gathering inside the Citadel, they all go towards one big number. So everyone does not have their own avatar cap. Those avatars will all add up to one big cap. So you can't just have 20 people all have their separate caps and get a ton of resources from it. It still hits a cap. But yeah, apart from that, that is everything. I think that's everything we've gone through. So just as a recap, we've gone through the mining and smithing beta at the start of the stream with Deg. We then came over to mod days for the clue scroll stuff. Bakriminel bolts with mod pi, and then I had an opportunity to show off the Bakriminel bolt in action at Telos very quickly. And then we went over to pi again to show off some stuff in regards to cleaning up Edgeville. And then we came over to the bank rework taster. And then back over to mod Sova, I got it right this time, for potion tooltips. And then I showed you off some awesome ninja stuff and hopefully some exciting clan stuff coming up as well. So hopefully everything coming up you're all excited for. I am, and I hope you are, so it's pretty hype. A couple of things to note as well, just after the stream, we'll be hosting a gym source, so if you want to stick around the chat, we'll be hosting him, and you can chat there. And also, of course, we'll be activating RuneScape at the end of this. There will be the opportunity to get the RuneScape. So the best of luck on that one, and on that note, I'm going to get ready to wrap up because my throat is killing me. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've all enjoyed this because it's been great fun. Let us know what you think, of course, but apart from that, have fun, take care, and have a good one.